What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to class. It's time for another grammar breakdown. Today, we're going to talk about commands. Specifically, we're going to talk about two commands and how we can make those. So what are commands? Commands are when I tell you to do something. Bring me this, do that, go there, come here, pick up the room, clean the house, whatever it may be. And so in English, we really only have one command. We have a command that applies to everybody. If we want to be respectful, we have other ways of doing that, right? Could you, would you, can you, right? We preface it with some other verb. So in Spanish, we get commands for three different people. We have commands for tú, right? Which is what we would think of as a command. Go, do, buy, sell, bring. We have a command for ustedes, which is just going to be the command, but directed towards a group, right? Kind of like you all do, you all go, you all bring me, right? I think like a teacher giving instructions to a classroom. They're going to use that ustedes command, right, towards the group. And then the last one, usted commands, are not commands as we would think of them, right? They're not commands in the traditional sense of give, go, bring, right? You're going to use usted commands with, for example, somebody like your grandma or some like the older lady at the taco stand, right? You would use usted commands. To say, give me, bring me, sell me, right? However, when you're using a command with usted, in English, we wouldn't think of it as a command, but rather we would think of it as like something like, could you give me, could you bring me, right? Think about if you're talking to your grandma. You're not going to say, grandma, make me a sandwich, bring me ice cream, right? You're going to say, grandma, could you make me a sandwich? Grandma, could you bring me ice cream, right? That's what an usted command is, right? Even though they call it a command, it does have that built-in respect. But first things first, we're going to talk about two commands. These are the simplest, right? So to get a to command, we just need our first things first. We need our regular to conjugation, right? So tú hablas, tú comes, tú, and from there, two commands. The trick is subtract, get rid of the s. So tú hablas becomes habla. Tú comes becomes come. Tú vives becomes vive. So go ahead, pause the video, go down into the comments and pick two ARs, two ERs, two IRs, and come up with the commands for them, just like we did here. Tú hablas becomes habla, tú comes becomes come, tú vives becomes. And so a lot of people want to point out the fact that the command here, vive, looks the same as el vive, right? Come looks the same as el come. Habla looks the same as el habla, right? And so a lot of people want to know, how are you going to be able to tell the difference, whether it's the command or whether it's talking about he or she, right? So when it's spoken, it's very easy to tell the difference. Very clear difference between habla con tu mamá versus él habla con su mamá, right? The tone of voice gives it away, right? When it's written, when it's spoken, well, when it's written, we rely on other context clues, right? For example, we might get habla con tu mamá, right? We get él habla con su mamá. Of course, the punctuation gives it away, exclamation mark, command, period, normal sentence, right? But also looking at tú versus su, right? Habla con tu mamá, right? Speak with your mom, that possessive word your, tu. And then él habla con su mamá. He speaks with his mother. And of course, we have this wonderful saying of Vin Diesel has que ver ponce, right? Which is the commands. Ven, di, sal, haz, ten, ve, pon, se, right? Ven is the command of venir, to come. Ven a mi casa. Come to my house. Di is the command from decir, say or to tell. Di la verdad, tell the truth. Sal is from salir, so sal de mi casa. Haz is from hacer, to do or make. Haz un sándwich, haz tu tarea, right? Make a sandwich, do your homework, right? Ten is from tener, and it's really only used in one case. The case where I'm holding something and I want you to take it from me. So ten, or I'm holding a pencil, a phone, or whatever it is. Ten, take this. Ve is from ir, ve a la escuela, go to school. Pon is from poner, pon el plato en la mesa, put the plate on the table. And then say is from ser, right? And we have this wonderful little expression of, I think, Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious. I think we're on like 10 at this point. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. I learned this when I was literally 13, and I have never forgotten it. And I love this expression because it is just such a funny mnemonic device. So go ahead, pause the video again. Well, I guess we're wrapping up, but go ahead and chuck down in the bottom comments an example for each of the irregular two commands. Chuck them down there. I'll give you guys some feedback. Thank you guys so much for coming to class. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Put them in the comments down below. Y mientras tanto, les agradezco mucho por haber venido a clase. Espero que les haya gustado. Y espero vernos pronto en clase, mi gente. See you soon in class, everybody.